I thought we'd put together a bit of a series based on some feedback of what I call mobilisation exercises. In essence, they're just about getting stretching or movement into areas that are tight and ropey at the moment. And the big area that I'm finding with myself, and I know a lot of you have spoken to me about it, is hips. And what that translates into is a lot of lower back soreness, okay, and soreness in other areas. So because of these tight hips, what's happening is the pelvis is actually being pulled downwards, lower back arches. Right, I don't want to get too much into the anatomy of it all, but what that can do is extend the hamstring, you can get tight Achilles, so there's all these pain areas all the way down the chain that are affected just because we've been sitting down for too long. So I want you to give you a couple of exercises to do just to open those hips up, and the first one, what I'm going to get you to do is just go into this position, so it's a stand, it's a lunge position in essence. Now the key here is that if I go into this position and I arch my lower back, so I create that, in essence I'm not doing really anything to the hip to any great degree. So what I want to do is I want to squeeze my bum and tuck my hips, okay, and by doing that, literally the pelvis turns up, okay, and you're getting more stretch through the hip. From this position, what I want you to do is just bring your arm up, okay, and just do this 12 times, okay. Keep the glutes on, alright, keep them contracted, don't fall into this position, the broken position, okay, it's got to be strict. And then when you come up, what you find is this nice lengthening through, I won't use the too technical terms, but we're getting it through the front area of the body, and in essence there's some beautiful fascial pathways there that get targeted. So we're going up to 12. Once we've done 12 up, we're actually coming over and waving to our neighbour, okay? The hips are actually doing the same thing, so coming forward. The glutes are still on, but now we've got a bit more lateral fascial work going through that component of the body, okay? And then the last exercise, so 12 of those, is take the hand and rotate, all right? So we now rotate away, okay? So again, 12 reps. All right, and what I do is then stop and swap through the other side. So opening up the hips, frontal plane, that lateral plane, and then in the transverse or rotational plane. Okay, and so the hip gets moved, it gets lengthened that way, all right, it gets lengthened that way, and then it gets lengthened with rotation. So all of a sudden it's going out of that tight ropey state into potentially a much more relaxed and neutral state. So that's the goal with that one. And what I do after that is go into what we call the couch sit. So I use this little bench here, and I'll bring it over whilst you guys are sitting there. All my stuff on it, but that's all right. So I'd have it's literally, you need something like a couch to create this position. So it's quite difficult. When I was younger, I was able to do this a lot better, but you put your foot up against the wall, or you put your foot up against the couch, and you try and get your knee as close to the wall as possible. You can see right now I'm really struggling, so my quads and my hips are so tight. Alright, so if that's too tough, I'll come forward a bit, bring my knee forward, and that eases the tension a little bit. But my lower back just wants to go in this arch position. It's horrible, okay? So I've got to try and tuck my hips under from here. Right? And even just doing that, my quad is just really screaming out, okay? Just holding that position. What you want to do over time is get this heel closer to your bum and your knee closer to the wall. Okay, so you'd in essence take the knee back and then close the gap without creating that broken position, but you'd be neutral and in that position there. That's quite tough for me. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do in that space, as you can see. So I've done the 2 mobilisation exercises, and all I'll do to finish is I want to switch the glutes back on. So I've opened up the hips and I'm turning these glutes back on that are asleep. And all I'm going to do is simply bridge raise this. So I'm going to come up and keep it nice and neutral. Okay, up, hold for 5 seconds, 2, 4 and 5, relax, come up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do at least 10 of those. And for those that want to progress that a little bit more, what I want you to do is try and come up just single leg. Okay, so you can come up from here, leg forward, raise the hips. All right, what you try and the reason I'm putting my 2 hands there is I don't want to slip the hips, and what I mean by that is I come up and just rotate the body and twist the body, okay? I want to try and keep this neutral. Like we had a bucket yesterday with water, I want to think about having a bucket of water here, and I don't want the water to come out, so I've got to bring them up together. Okay, and hold that for 5 seconds. Point the toe, squeeze the glute, come back down, stop, swap, point the toe, squeeze the glute. You should start to feel that right through your bum muscles, and I do that at least 10 times each leg. Okay, so you get a solid glute workout, you get a really good hip extension session today. So the big things are open up the hips, strengthen the glutes, and take the pressure out of the lower back. That should do the world of good this week. I'll be doing that 3 to 4 times this week at some point. Enjoy.